like a good challenge for me. I need to exercise the right to not speak. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking about this morning about Zechariah, and how the Lord shut his mouth. Shut your mouth, Zechariah. And I thought, if I could only learn to keep my mouth shut, I think life would be a lot easier. Last time this was on YouTube, I was singing over all this pretty music. Beautiful. Once again, about this thought about talking too much. Sometimes the Lord can speak through us when we don't speak. In fact, I can see this turning into 2 videos. It's just tough for me to hear this and not sing. Okay, so now I'm going to speak. The Lord has been working with me today, and He's given me some verses. And I'll tell you how it all started. Well, forget the details. I'll just tell you, for some reason the Lord caused me to think about Stephen when before he was stoned. It mentioned that, it says that they beheld his face, and it were as though it were the face of an angel. This is actually before he even spoke to the Sanhedrin, that his face was like that. And then we think about what happened at the end of the chapter when he was being stoned, and Paul gathered the coats, or held the coats for the ones who stoned him. And I think, Paul was influenced by Stephen's face. I think about, okay, well, I'm going to tell you one more instance. After I had that thought, I had an occurrence, and it was funny because the Lord had actually dealt with me about the thought about how we were influenced by things in this world, and how they turn our hearts from the Lord. You can feel really close to the Lord, and then you can have some instance occur, and it just irritates you, It's like the difference between night and day, like this here. When I cover this up here, I cover my Bible. The exposure changes here on me. See, now you can see me, now you can't. It's sort of like this. Things are good with the Lord, a face of an angel. And then something bad happens, and I think about when I'm even, okay, but so I don't quite know where to go with this, but these kind of influences that I'm speaking of, they influence the way we come across, the way we look, the way we talk. I gotta say, there's, I'm more usually a soft-spoken guy. It probably comes across in my videos. You probably have to turn the sound up. But I even feel like I'm speaking up when I talk on the YouTube videos. He's really, I'm a real inward kind of guy. I guess they call him, I don't even know what you call it. It's, extroverted, introverted. I'm really introverted. I know you probably think, what? No way, man. You're like bold and, well, I am that too. See, I'm sort of both. But I'm wishy-washy. That's the way it comes across. I'm not a bold guy, and I'm not totally meek. So what comes out is this wishy-washy, nobody listens to kind of guy. Wait a minute, you're listening. I didn't mean to call you a nobody. Okay. No, okay, so what does this mean? It means we're supposed to totally, absolutely, all the way allow God to lead us. Let Him speak through us. Let Him speak even when we're not speaking, through us. Let the light so shine that they may see our good works. We are only a reflection of His light, by the way, you know. We are not the light. We are like the moon. The moon is not the sun. It's just a reflection of the sun, and that's where we are. But anyways, let me get on with something here. The point is, be not conformed to this world. You know, there's only 2 instances of the word conformed in the Bible, and they're both in Romans. The first one is Romans 8:29. So I'm going to find that right now, Romans 8:29, and I'm going to try to encourage you with the fact that we are not to be conformed. What are we supposed to be conformed to? We're not supposed to be conformed to the world, as it's mentioned in the other verse, but this here it says, Romans 8:29. It says, "For whom He did foreknow, He also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brethren." We're to be conformed to the image of His Son. The other verse I know you've already probably thought of, "Be not conformed to this world." This is in verse 2 of chapter 12. "Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." Yeah, in this world, you know, there's so many influences that are trying to take over. We hear things, we, see things, we react to people's actions and their blatant attitude, that they put in us. Well, let's not allow our false light to shine, but let's let the light of Christ shine, so that they may see our good works and glorify our Father which is in heaven. That's the part I didn't say before. That's the point of it. We want to glorify God in all things. So don't let the world mold you and shape you, and all those circumstances come along and until you're like this. No, be like this. No, we let God work on us through those situations, and let God mold us and shape our hearts with what He does with it. And I got another video, because I told you this would turn into 2 videos, and I got to tell you the other thing that I thought about the conformity. Be not conformed to this world. The other one is another C. It is contrite. And we'll be back.